This year, sexual consent has been a hot topic for young people. With the scandal that happened up the north with the Irish rugby players, many women and men are talking about this. We look at media's role in sexual consent. Does media have a role? Can it inform young people about sexual consent and help them in the choices they make? We talk to young people from the northwest inner city, age 18 to 25, and get their views on what is sexual consent and what is media's role around sexual consent for them.
Make sure they know that you're doing it.
Make sure that you what?
They know that you're doing it. It's not rape.
Okay. So sexual consent to you is?
Protection.
Protection?
Yeah. No, not to me, it's not.
What is
they
it
know,
to you?
They know that you're doing it, like.
Saying yes to somebody, well, when you're conscious, like if you're, it's not really if you're drunk, like if you're drunk and someone say yeah, you like don't take advantage of it.
Anyone else?
When you and someone else both agree to have like sex or whatever.
But also that you're, you know, if you give consent that it doesn't always have to be yes for the whole night. You can say no, you can change your mind, and that's okay.
A man or woman who
agree to
have
sex intercourse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when two people agree to have sexual intercourse, yeah.
Okay. So what are the things to know that a person does, like when they're having sex, like what do they need to do? How do you give consent? What is consent? What do you think consent is?
We're holding on, a her saying, him or her saying yeah, and then she says yeah, you knowing her age.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that doesn't always tend to happen. Sometimes it just happens, and you kind of know when someone agrees to something, you know.
So lads, you were given the definition of sexual consent. You also watched the YouTube videos, and after that, now, if you could tell me, what do you think now? What is sexual consent for you now?
So basically, just not forcing anything, making sure that you and the other person have the same feeling towards each other.
And it's comfortable.
Yeah,
And what
it's
you're
comfortable
doing.
what you're doing. Yeah.
Is there any confusion around sexual consent for you?
No, I think it's just straightforward, really. Like if you aren't feeling the same, don't do it. If you're feeling the same, go ahead.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do something and then you change your mind, you can just say stop, and you should be able to stop. You shouldn't need to get physical.
Or if you're trying to kiss someone or, you know, touch someone and they're backing away and they're like turning their face from you, like you shouldn't really continue.
Take that as a hint.
What role do you think media has in, you know, looking at the issue of
Not good.
sexual consent?
Not good.
No.
Can you explain?
Well, the papers, they always write stuff that's wrong, and anyway, they just try to sell the papers. So.
And then have a shit ton of women jump on the bandwagon. I only think the people that's in the situation now, the real story and the story that the papers and all the media and all get, they just start their own shit too.
They've too much to say.
To let people know that it's alright, like if you're in like a room with someone, that if nothing is going on, it's still alright to say no, like you don't want to do this, and that the person should respect that. That it just lets everyone know that it's alright to say no, or not being the humour, or if you're not up for something, that's alright.
What media platforms can be used?
Right now, I'd say like it'd be Facebook.
Well, I think they should do probably like maybe a minute ad on the telly for people who's not out drinking underage and.
Yeah, Geordie Shore, look what, yeah.
All before and after the show, Geordie Shore or Love Island or whatever, X on the Beach, all them stupid programs.
Do you think the likes of them programs, them reality shows, do they promote like positive relationships?
They're only showing you how to party and
people who's watching are led to believe that's how you should behave when you're like under the influence of alcohol. Yeah.
I think the soaps highlight them a lot. There's always like a mad storyline in like EastEnders or Coronation Street, but every now and again it does come to either someone being raped or sexual consent basically. And I know there was one in Hollyoaks, and one of the girls, she was drunk and she consented to having sex with the man at the time, but when she woke up the next morning she regretted it, and the only thing she could think of was to say she said no. Like, she used that as an scapegoat. But yeah.
There's another show on Netflix as well, 13 Reasons Why, that has a bit of it in it as well. There's a big court case and stuff about it, so that highlights it as well for a lot of young people because they watch it.
Do you think the shows on TV that kind of gives the wrong message to like men and women around sexual relationships with people? For example, reality shows. Do you think they?
Yeah, I'd say one of them would have been like everyone watches at the time, Geordie Shore. Like, they're like going out partying every night and they're constantly saying like, oh, go on the pool and get someone, and well, like, if you do get someone, like, and you're bringing them back, then that's a definite yeah, but that person could easily change their mind.
I'm going to show him that I'm ready for by moving his hands on me bum cheeks. Ah, you pulled myself a worldie.
Turn round, yes, swords with Andy, whatever his name is. Andy's got a mate that Becca's getting with. To me, I couldn't even. If I want to pull a bird and put them to shame, I would.
Is it fair to say that these the reality TV shows that they paint like the wrong perception of male and females on a night out?
Yeah, they make it seem like it's normal for you to go and then bring someone home, and it probably is normal for some people, but other people it's not.
I saw a video on Facebook, which I think is one of the biggest platforms, like social media for young people these days. But I saw a video and it brought it down to simple terms and said, if you had a cup of tea, if you wanted to make someone a cup of tea and the cup of tea was sex and you were that person, it was saying, if someone says no to a cup of tea, don't make them the cup of tea. If they change their mind, that's okay. If they're unconscious, don't make them a cup of tea. It was basically put into easy terms. They got an everyday issue or question, do you want a cup of tea? And these people put it together as a way of saying the tea, asking this question is basically asking for consent, but you don't need to ask for it if, you know, certain circumstances. But that was on Facebook, so social media would have these videos and maybe have these adverts. That would be a big place for young people to see it.
If you're still struggling with consent, just imagine instead of initiating sex, you're making them a cup of tea. You say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? And they go, oh my God, I would love a cup of tea, thank you.
And drink it. And if they're unconscious, don't make them tea. Unconscious people, then, and this is the important part, don't make them drink it.
I thought it was good, and I understand what he meant by saying the cup of tea that he was using it, like, as it's easy as saying like no to sex.
So did you get kind of the message from the video, and would you think it'd be a good tool to use?
Yeah, definitely would be a good tool to use.
Okay. Alex?
I get the message from the video, but I just feel like he could have just actually used what he's talking about as the example instead of tea, like, because it's over. He's going to say to people that are 17 and over, so they're going to understand what he means. It's a good video though.
There's also another video on Facebook, and I think it was filmed in America, I'm not quite sure, but it's about so if you're on a date out like at night or whenever, like, and you're in a bar, and say if your other partner's coming on you and saying like, oh well, this, that and the other and all, and you're like no, but they keep bringing it up, and that you can go up to the bartender and just say to the bartender, is Angela in? And that bartender already knows the situation that will be going on, and they can escort you out the back and get you a taxi and make sure you're home safe and everything.
It is obvious that media has a key role around sexual consent in relation to finding out information on it, to the news, to the media that highlights and focuses on cases such as the case up the north and other cases that have taken place in the past. Media is key for educating and informing and supporting young people, and can be used as a tool to do this. Also help youth workers to enhance their work working with young people around sexual consent or sexual health.